Here we go. Let's get it. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere. I was going to veer left a little bit today because I had something I wanted to talk about, but I didn't plan on actually addressing this until I started to kind of see the feedback. And before I even get started, let me just preference everything by saying this. Look, the only part of the Grammys, recording this February 6, 2024, and the only segment of the Grammys that I watched, like the only thing I watched the whole show, only thing I actually saw with my own two eyes was Jay-Z's speech. The Jay-Z speech in which he went up there and he accepted his award and basically called out the Grammys for not getting, for his wife Beyonce not getting an album of the year, even though she has the most Grammys of everyone. Now, just so you know, just to preference everything. Again, I don't watch this kind of shit. I only watch that part because I'm a big Jay-Z fan. And the clip showed up on my YouTube feed and I was inspired by it. And, you know, now that all this news, like the news about her not getting album of the year and all the stuff that's coming out, all of this is actually like news to me. I didn't know half of this shit because I don't pay attention to this. You guys, if you keep up with these videos, you already know I'm all sports, sports and business and, you know, maybe some education, based sports, business, education. I'm in that world. So entertainment, I'm not really hip on that, but I get inspired. I get inspired when I see folks like Jay-Z up there making things happen, doing it, and it's the way it should be. You know, you're supposed to do that. In fact, just to get it off my chest now, just so you guys know, I'm 100%. I loved it, guys. I loved it. And what got me thinking about this, what made me want to address this, is the fact that there have been people who have criticized him for what he did, which is ridiculous. If you criticize him for what he did, I can guarantee you're just a person who doesn't have a significant other who sticks up for you. If you have any issue at all with what he said and did in the fashion in which he did it, and doing it in a very, very professional manner, wasn't there cussing and, you know, acting all raunchy and, you know, being arrogant and all about that. He laid out the facts. Again, how is it that somebody has the most Grammys of anyone but hasn't won album of the year? These are facts he's laying out. He's not just out there making blind arguments and shit like that, right? So this is the way it should be. That kind of brings me to today's Move Swiftly thought. I actually have two. It triggers two memories in me. It was my linebackers coach in high school, Coach Steve. Shout out to Coach Steve again. In fact, I actually interviewed his daughter Eileen. I believe it's Eileen Perry, on my podcast a couple years ago. Title of her episode is Making Female Athletics Cool. I believe she's the head lacrosse coach. If I'm not mistaken, it's Brown University. If I could be wrong about that, I have to go check. But no, she's the head female lacrosse coach at the collegiate level. So shout out to you, Eileen. Right? So there'd be times in which we'd be watching film and, you know, a lot of my teammates, because I played linebacker, a lot of my teammates would make the observation that, you know, the linebackers were making every single time, not just myself, but just linebackers in general, were making every single tackle. You know, the teammates would make that observation. And I remember Coach Gent saying, you know, that's the way it should be. All right. We shouldn't be surprised at the fact that the linebackers are making every single, that's the way it is supposed to be. If you're a man and you're upset about something that your wife is obviously being brushed off with, or something that happened to her professionally, if this is her career and you're not upset about that, that is the problem. I'm telling you right now, I could bring in divorced woman after divorced woman. I could bring in a ton of different women on this show right now, on this YouTube video right now, and they'll tell you the same thing. The reason the fucking relationship didn't work out is because he didn't stick up for me. He didn't speak up for me. He didn't do the things that Jay-Z did at the Grammys. All right, and let me give you a final example, because I know I'm getting long-winded here, but there was a time when I was scouting. I was a scout for a company named National Scouting Report. And I remember I had one of my recruits, his name was Travis. And I remember his dad ran his own company, like his own roofing company. His dad and his mom were very affluent. They lived in a very affluent part of Maryland. They sent him he went to Pilate High School, which is a private school out there in Laurel, Maryland, and all that, right? So, you know, because I was his scout, his agent type guy, I was the one filming his lacrosse games. I was filming his lacrosse games to put a highlight tape together and all that kind of stuff. And lacrosse was Travis's actually best sport. That's what he was, you know, that was his best sport. He played football and a lot of different things. In fact, what made me notice him was the amount of things he can actually do on the football field. I saw him be a punter, running back, fullback. I saw him do some slots, saw him play some safety. You know, that's what made me actually, you know, drew me to him as the scout, right? So they had a situation in which I was filming. I was filming him during the lacrosse game, and he's coming down with the stick. He's coming down with the stick, and his mom is right there. His mom is right there, and the mom screams out, "Run him over! Run him over!" And he runs the motherfucker over like, "Bye-yow!" Runs him over. And then as time went by, you know, the ball went out of bounds and the play slowed down. The dad, the husband, was like, hey, my wife said that. My wife said that. Hey, my wife said that. He said it with such pride, and it has stuck with me ever since, because that is the way it should be. You're supposed to be that man. That's what the man is supposed to do. I loved every second of it. He had his daughter on stage with him, speaking up for his wife. And the crazy thing, this is how much I like this. I didn't even realize he was talking about Beyonce when I watched it live. It wasn't until the next day when I realized, oh wait, he was talking about Beyonce when he said that. But that's the way it should be, and that's the way it's supposed to happen. As men, especially as we're approaching Valentine's Day, we got like a week or so left till Valentine's Day. That is the way it should be. You're supposed to be the one speaking up for you, speaking to authority, and not being timid. That's not what's going to make a relationship last. All right. I have a lot on this. Trust me, I have a lot of this. There are times in which I've realized, because in many ways it does relate to the topic I talk so much about, which is teamwork. All right, teamwork, it carries over into every single facet of life. And these are the things, man. These are the things we got to pay attention to if we want to build strong teams, if we want to build strong families, we want to build that generational wealth. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be, baby. Woo! All right, here we go. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyamove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.